Last week, I decided that I needed to take a moment in my life to slow down. So I packed up all my food, all my possessions, and all my survival essentials in a small 40-liter backpack, went off the grid, and entered the backcountry. Sometimes we can get so caught up in life that the only way to slow down is to completely remove yourself from everything, to remove yourself from all the stress and all the chaos of modern society. In this past week, I have let go of everything to fully immerse myself in nature, and I have hiked over 30 miles, over 4 mountain passes, with all my possessions in this small red backpack right here. And this experience has given me the chance to slow down and reflect on what is important in life. It's allowed me to leave this chaotic world and reset my way of thinking. And so in this video, I want to share 5 different lessons that I've learned this past week from the experience of resetting. 1. If you want to slow down, you must be prepared. Going off to nature is something that truly allows you to slow down, be present, and enjoy the moment, because all the chaos and all the stress of modern society is replaced by the peace and calmness of nature. But the truth about nature is that the only way you can enjoy the experience and slow down is if you are prepared, if you have food that will give you energy, equipment that gives you security, and a plan in order to make it out alive. If you are not prepared, nature is dangerous and it will not treat you kindly. But if you are prepared, nature allows you to slow down and enjoy the experience. And this concept is the exact same with everyday life, because if you want to slow down and enjoy the experience of life, you have to be prepared. You have to create a financial plan. You have to create a sustainable lifestyle, and you have to take steps to prepare for the future. And if you don't do these things, your life will be tough. You won't be able to slow down and enjoy the present because life will constantly be throwing punches at you. This past week, nature has taught me that if you want to slow down and enjoy life, you have to live your life with a solid plan. You have to be prepared in your own life. And when you have a solid plan, you're able to enjoy life to the fullest. 2. You are able to think clearer with less. This past week, I have been living with very few things. All of my possessions have fit in a very small red backpack, and my only task has been putting one foot in front of the other, hiking over 4 mountains. And having so little has cleared my mind so much that I really haven't even been thinking about anything this past week. Having so few possessions has given me this sense of ease and calmness because I don't have anything to worry about. And living with almost nothing made me think about how in life, most of our lack of peace of mind comes from our obsession over abundance. Our mind gets clouded because we have to worry about an expensive payment, or maintaining more than we need, or keeping up with so much. These things create so much stress in our lives and prevent us from being able to think clearly. And if we just got rid of some of these things and stopped obsessing over abundance, we would be able to think more clearly and have more peace of mind. This past week, nature has taught me that living a life of less allows you to think more clearly and have more peace of mind. Living a life of less is actually better because you have less things to worry about and you're able to focus on what truly matters in life. 3. The simple things are the things that bring you the most joy. On the second day of the hike, we reached the top of one of the mountain passes and the view was just incredible. And on the descent, we noticed this long snow slide that went down the mountain. And like any logical backpacker wanting to save their knees from the descent, we scrambled through the snow and slid down this 13,000-foot mountain. And I cannot express the amount of joy that we got from sliding down this mountain on our butts. We were laughing like children. And it got me thinking how in life, the problem we have with finding joy in our own lives is that we search for joy in very complex ways. We try to find joy in the new shiny car or by getting a nice big house. However, I don't think that these complex things bring any joy in your life. I honestly think that they take away from your joy because they're like drugs, where once you have one hit, you need a bigger one, then a bigger one, and then a bigger one. You never get satisfied with these complex things because you're always after the next thing. And being immersed in nature this past week has taught me that often the things that provide you the most joy in life are the most simple things. They're the things that make you laugh like a child. And if you can find joy from something as simple as sliding down a mountain on your butt, you will be the happiest person in the world. 4. There is very little you actually need. Probably the biggest lesson that being immersed in nature teaches you is the importance of water. Because when you're ready to stop for the night, water is something that you cannot compromise on. It doesn't matter how hungry you are or how tired you are. You cannot stop until you are around a source of water. In one evening, we were all ready to stop, but we had to continue walking through the forest for another hour until we finally heard and we finally saw a source of water. And this experience really put in perspective the difference between a want and a need, because the only thing that we really needed at that moment was a source of water, because without water we couldn't cook and we couldn't drink. And it got me thinking, how about in our society, we're so accustomed to living in abundance that we've really forgotten the difference between a want and a need. And we confuse wants for needs, which can really hold us back in life. And if we understood the difference between a want and a need, we could avoid so many problems in life. And when you remove yourself from this materialistic society that we live in, you quickly understand what you need in life. Shelter to keep you warm, food to give you energy, and water to simply survive. That is literally it. And when you understand how little you actually need in life, you're able to focus more on slowing down and making the most out of what you have. 5. Having more does improve your life, but it's a lot less than you think. On the last day of the trip, it was bittersweet because although it's amazing to be surrounded by this beautiful nature, it is extremely tough. You get dirty, you never feel full, and you gotta dig a hole and poop in it while all the marmots and the woodland creatures are watching you. And after a while, you really start to crave all these luxuries of society. For me, it was a warm meal full of flavor, chapstick to heal my dry, cracked lips, and a comfortable bed to lay on. When you live in this very basic way, you learn that having more does actually improve your life, but only up to a certain point. A man named Mr. Money Mustache explained it like this. A caveman in the woods living off the land would improve his life if he made a fire that would provide him warmth. If he built a cabin, he would have shelter from the nature and animals, which would also improve his life. And if he had easier access to food, it would also improve his life. All of these small, simple things do improve this caveman's life, and he should bring them on in order to have a better quality of life. However, there comes a point where having more doesn't improve your life as drastically. For example, if that caveman then moved into a mansion and got a bunch of material possessions, his quality of life would not improve as much. I don't desire to leave society and live in nature year-round like I did last week. The reason I like to do these trips, to slow down and reset, is because they remind me of what is truly important in life and not to be blinded by all this superficial shit that we have in society. And with that, muchas gracias. Que tenga un buen día. Video 132. Nos vemos, chico. Thanks, National Park Service, for being awesome.